Dear students, today we are going to discuss about the fifth chapter of class 7 geography, rivers, for English medium students. First of all, you have to know about the what is river. A river is a natural water course, usually fresh water, flowing towards an ocean, a lake, a sea, or another river. Example Ganga and Mississippi, etc. Now we have to know about the certain terminology related with the river. First of all, what is source? Source is the starting place of a river. You can see the image of Gomukh, which is the terminus or the port of Gangotri Glacier and the source of Bhagirathi River, one of the primary head streams of Ganga River. Now confluence, where a river joins another river. You can see the image, and this is Devprayag, the confluence of Alkananda in the right side and Bhagirathi in the left side. Mouth, where a river meets a lake, the sea, or an ocean. Now the marked area is Bay of Bengal, which is the mouth of Bhagirathi Hooghly River. Now catchment basin, the river basin in the source region in the mountain or plateau region is known as the catchment basin. Watershed, a watershed or water divide is a ridge of highland dividing two areas that are drained by different river system. Now in this image you can easily recognize the marked area which is known as catchment basin. Okay, as because the basin is in the source region of that particular river systems, and the second marked area is known as watershed because this is the highland which divides the two areas that are drained by the different river systems. Now what is tributary? A tributary or affluent is a stream or river that flows into a larger stream or mainstream river or a lake. Now here is the image of tributary and also the image in the arrow or the marked region. You can see the small stream or the secondary stream which meet or which flows into the larger stream and known as the tributary system. And this is distributary. The distributary it is a channel, is a stream that branches off and flows away from a mainstream channel. Here is the image of distributary. You can easily see that the mainstream that branches off and flows away from the mainstream. Okay, you can easily see that these two stream branches off from the mainstream, so this is known as distributary. Now river basin, a river basin is an area of land drained by a river and its tributaries and distributaries. Here we see the image of Ganga river basin. Okay, now Ganga river basin, you can see that there are a lot of tributaries and distributaries along with the main stream of Ganga, and the basin is known as Ganga river basin. River valley, a long narrow region of lowland between ranges of mountains, hills, or other high areas, often having a river or stream running along the bottom. This is the picture of Tista river valley, mesmerizing picture, and is known as its scenic beauty and the hue and attraction for the tourist. Every year lot of tourists, a huge amount of tourists visit to see this valley in Darjeeling in our West Bengal. Doab, it is a region of higher land between two rivers that are in the same drainage system. You can see the Ganga Yamuna Doab in between Ganga and Yamuna river, the marked area. Now inland river, an inland drainage is the drainage which do not empty into any ocean or sea but meet an inland lake or sea or disappear in the desert region. Luni River is the ideal example of inland river which is situated in the Rajasthan, India. Now, international river, a river that rises in one country and flows into another country, is example of international river. Our Indus River, okay, uh, which flows in the three countries. The path of Indus River included three countries like China, the source region, India, the middle part or the near to the source region, and the Pakistan, the lower course actually. Perennial river. A perennial river is a stream or river or channel that has continuous flow in parts of its stream bed all round during years of normal rainfall. It cannot dry up in the dry season as because the source of this kind of river is melting water from the glacier. Okay, they don't dry up. This is the picture of perennial river. Our Ganga river is a perennial river. All the extra peninsular river of India is perennial river. Now the non-perennial river, these rivers are periodic in nature and do not flow throughout the year. The river generally flows at the time of rainy season. In the dry season, they usually dried up as because the primary source of this river water is rainwater. Now this is the image of non-perennial river. Perennial river is marked with blue line in the topographical map and non-perennial river marked with black line in the topographical map. Now works of river. The work of a river can be divided into three types. First, erosion. The work of a river by which the river wears away its bed and banks of its channel is called erosion. Transportation. The second work actually, the work by which the river carries away the eroded materials from one place to another place is called transportation. Third, deposition. The work by which the river drops or deposits the transported material on its banks and bed is called deposition. These works depend on the factors like volume of water, velocity of water, and the slope of the land. Okay. Higher the volume of water, higher the transportational work. Higher the velocity of the water, higher the possibility of erosion. Higher the slope of the water, higher the possibility of erosion, and also for the transportation. Lower slope, deposition. Okay. Lower velocity, chances of deposition. Course of a river. The route that a river follows from its source to the mouth is called its course. Okay. Now, the course of a river may be divided into three distinct parts according to the mode of work it performs. The parts are upper course, middle course, and the lower course. Now, the river which have prominent three courses, known as ideal river. Ganga River has prominent three courses, so it is known as ideal river of India. Now, here we can see in the table the course of river and the respected main work. Upper course, main works are erosion and transportation, as because the higher slope of the land and the higher velocity of the river. The middle course, the main work are erosion, transportation, and deposition. A lower amount of erosion than the upper course actually, huge amount of transportation, and lower amount of deposition than the lower course. Okay. The lower course is because the gentle slope lower velocity of river, only the depositional work is going on. Now you can see the three course along with the river channel. Okay, in upper course you can, middle course and the lower course. From upper to lower you can easily see that the slope of the land is continuously decreases. So where is the slope of the land is high, where is the steep slope is situated, so there will be erosional work, transportational work have to be done, and in the lower course or the flat area the depositional work is going on. Now we have to know about the courses and their respective landforms. Upper course, the source or the start part of the river with steep slope is known as upper course. Now here you can see that the V-shaped valley, we have to know now about V-shaped valley, is the most prominent features of the upper course of a river. In mountainous region, the river flows very fast down the steep slopes and wears away the bed. The active down cutting produces deep, narrow V-shaped valley, and side cutting is not so prominent at this stage. Now, canyon. A canyon is formed when a gorge becomes relatively narrow due to the dominance of vertical erosion. Steep-sided I-shaped valley is formed. Canyons are usually formed in the areas of scanty rainfall, as in the arid region. The Colorado River has cut a deep canyon in the Colorado Plateau in USA, which is known as Grand Canyon. You can see the canyon of West Bengal in the Gongoni, okay, in Bankura district. And here you can see the image of waterfall. Now what is waterfall? When a river water falls suddenly from the certain height along a vertical or very steep slope, it is known as waterfall. Waterfalls are formed in mountainous region when a hard rock lies over a soft rock horizontally. Soft rocks are eroded away rapidly, so the river water falls suddenly and creates such kind of waterfalls. Now the middle course, the middle part of the river, generally in the plateau region. The resulting landforms, the resulting kind of features are meander. Huge volume of water and load make the river flow slowly in the plains, moreover, or the plateau region. Moreover, the river flowing under the gravity cannot take a straight path. So a winding course soon develops and the river swings from one side to another in loops, forming meanders, named after river Meandrez, Meanderez, a typical example in the Asia Minor. Now you can see the image of Oxbow Lake. What is Oxbow Lake? The continuous forces of erosion of the outer concave bank and deposition on the inner convex bank causes the meander to be more pronounced. Okay, the outer bank get eroded so rapidly that it assumes almost a circular shape. Okay. At one stage, only a narrow neck of land separates the two concave outer banks. The river then cuts through the narrow neck of the land between two banks and flows straight. A big loop is cut off from the river channel due to heavy deposition. This abundance bend of the river remains. This is a lake which looks like a horseshoe or an oxbow, okay, and known as Oxbow Lake. Here you can see that in this picture, the red line, which is denoted the future possibility of cut off and create oxbow. Lower course, the end path or end course of river generally on plain land. Now, floodplain. This is a picture of floodplain, an area of low-lying ground adjacent to a river, formed mainly of river sediment and subject to flooding. Now, this is the image of river delta. River delta is a landform created by the deposition of sediment that is carried by a river as the flow leaves its mouth and enters slow moving or stagnant water. Here the full image of three courses of the river. You can see the entire body parts of river with its valleys, with its resulting landforms or etc. And you can easily see that the widening of channel, okay, the steeper stream, actually the widening of channel is going on from upper course to middle course and the lower course, the most widening channel, okay. And here this is basically, in this particular area, the velocity of river water is very, very slow, and the highest velocity belongs to that upper course, and the middle kind of velocity or the moderate velocity in that particular middle land. Okay. So this is the headwater zone, zone 1, it is the transfer zone, zone 2, and this is the depositional zone or zone 3, upper course, middle course and lower course. Now the importance of river. There are a lot of importance of river, as you all know that every civilization in the historical era, we know that they are situated in almost the bank of the river, like our Indus civilization, in the river bank of Indus, okay, Nile civilization or the Mysorean civilization in the bank of Nile river. So river plays a huge role in our life, is as a mean of transportation. We also produce hydroelectrical power from river. In our country, the river water plays a huge role for the irrigational purpose of cultivation. Okay, source of food is river. Many river food like fish, very much important or very important food for our daily life. We can also use river water for our domestic uses. These are the region where animal, plant and aquatic habitat are also originated, and they live their life. Mineral extraction is also done from the river, and the recreation and the tourism purpose we also use river bank or river. So very important from the it is very important for our livelihood. Okay, so thank you for watching this video, and hope you all going to read properly this chapter and understand that. We will discuss another chapter in our next tutorial video. Till then, goodbye. Stay well.